Conscious collaboration brings together entrepreneurs, change makers, and thought leaders. We aim to highlight the people that embody the idea of aligned mind, body, and business. Each week, we share, discuss, and learn from the various experiences and ideas of our guest experts. Through our discovery, we find a path to an aligned mind, body, and business.
What up, y'all? This is Emily.
And I'm Lisa, and we are the Conscious Collaboration.
Yeah. I feel like that was a really excitable, really
excited
intro.
Yeah. I feel a lot more enthusiastic this week. And I think a lot of people I've been talking to also feel a lot more enthusiastic because, this summer has been a different type of, and this past summer has been a different type of energy. And then getting into September, I've been having a lot of conversations around the energy and the shift. And I kind of feel like I understand it now. So, we started out the year, we were super enthusiastic. We're like a new year. And you and I crafted out our alignment. And, we really feel like we have the recipes for success and in returning to a neutral and aligned place to be able to make empowered decision. And age of Aquarius. And we're like, yeah, we're air signs. We love revolution. And we knew it was wood snake. And so we're like, and I'm a fire snake. So I am all about it. I love snakes. I love the dragon, I'm almost about ready. Right. I'm a snaky snake. So I almost got a tattoo. If I were to get a tattoo, I think it would have some kind of snake or dragon or something, but I'm not getting a tattoo. So I'm not going to do that. But next week you'll be like, what's that? What's that on your face?
You're gonna get a face snake tattoo? Okay, let's just roll with this energy of 2025.
Anyway, so the whole thing about snakes is you're going within a lot, you're getting underground, you're being really cautious about where you're asserting yourself and when you're going to come out and when you're going to strike. And that could be opportunities or just asserting or putting yourself into the light. And the other thing is with shedding the skin.
It's rebirth. Yeah.
And it's a long process and it's not comfortable.
No, it's not. And I think that's why people have been feeling 2025 in such a way, because it is. And we said this too, positive outlook, but this is change. Big change. Rebirth is big, complete, entire change. And even when the other side holds great, amazing things beyond imagination, that shit is uncomfortable.
Super uncomfortable. And just
I do.
Yeah. We knew that was coming, but it's just the experience of getting in it. It was okay, you're wiggling out of the old things and you're like, oh, I'm moving forward. And then you're like, but then I feel like 2 steps backwards. A lot of people were saying it was sticky energy. Actually, I think you could probably equate a lot of this to some experiences in training and prepping for competition too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. Yeah, right?
Yeah. On the other side of that weight drop is, before it is a lot of discomfort. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, that you can get there and you've been there before. And that's just the same as what we're all experiencing right now is we will get to the other side in a better place than when we started. But this in-between work, it's uncomfortable. And I follow all the astrology and the lunar cycles and all that stuff. And you do too. We're kind of tapped into it, not experts or whatever, but everyone said September, being the kickoff of the eclipse season was going to be, it was going to be introspective And then at the end of it was very like illuminating.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like we're getting more of that. And as we're coming in towards the end of the year in Feng Shui, I know that we're getting into the fire horse energy of 2026. And that's like exciting, right? Fire horse.
Chariot. There's a chariot.
Chariot. Yeah, chariot vibes. And that's like running forward with it. So like the gates are going to be open and we're going to be running. Like we're all going to be replenished, restored, new birth. Like we're going to be nourished coming out of the holiday season and just run. So if I can flag this and come back to it and see like if that is what happens. But I was just on a podcast last Monday and or no, maybe I was in a podcast or a meeting recently where someone was talking to me about the fire horse energy, another Feng Shui professional. And, historically, I think if you look back to, I think she said 1966 or 1968, I can't remember which, around that was the beginning of the last, one of the other big fire horse seasons. So again, time of revolution, things really like ushering forward. And so I think if we can look past some of the discomfort that we may have just shed and remember to move forward and not try to go back and cling to things that we let go of and go back to the comfort, which is hard because like we're like, oh, once I was so comfy and cozy in the way that I used to do things, it was so safe. It doesn't exist anymore. So don't.
Can you imagine a snake trying to put its skin back on? It'd be all like crispy and.
Yeah, it won't fit. That's so sad. That would make a really beautiful children's book.
Yeah, but don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to put your crispy.
I just picture this snake like going back to the skin and like rooting around it. Like, how can I get back in there? But you can't. It's like it's broken, and it doesn't exist in that way.
I don't know if snakes like to shed their skin like in the same like geographic spot or something like that in the wild, but I've seen in the same place in the front yard area of my little condo complex two different times like a fully intact, recently shed snakeskin.
No way.
And actually both times, the first time I saw it, I saw the snake still there too.
Wow, that's cool.
And I'm telling you, it was like, I don't know if that was just a coincidence, but this was in basically the exact same spot both times. And I don't know, I was just kind of continuing the analogy in my head because it was cool to like see, like it was like the snake skin was still perfectly intact, like the silhouette of the snake. So it was almost like, this memory, this preservation. And I don't know, I'm kind of just trying to think about how to connect that to the analogy that we're making right now.
I'm going to look up that shamanic meaning.
Commemorate what you're shedding, but don't if that snake would have tried to like get back in it would have not gone so well.
Wow, that's really cool. What was it by, like a rock or the sidewalk?
Just in the grass. There's some trees out here and stuff. Just like by some tree roots, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I always imagined that they had to be around like asphalt or rocks or maybe tree roots to like.
There's a sidewalk around here, but it wasn't. It was in the grass part.
So it talks about the shamanic meaning. In shamanic context, a snake shedding its skin represents transformation, healing, and new beginnings. The process of releasing old limitations, pain, and illusions to make way for growth, renewal, and a new self. Ooh, the discarded skin can also be seen as a record of the past. To your point, like there's
Exactly. Yeah. And it's even like, I feel like I always want to say this phrase now. It's hitting my spirit, but you know, a tangible representation that even the negative or uncomfortable feeling parts, like to thank them, you know, because they clearly served their purpose.
yeah.
But you know, you no longer, thank you, I no longer need you, and now, and a snakeskin can presumably an organic material, so it can, you know,
Nourish the ground
right
or
back into the earth, and be renewed and recycled as new energy, or you know.
that is so what you just said is, yeah, that's exactly it. It says wisdom from the past. The old skin holds the patterns of the past, representing a tangible history that can be examined with a new perspective. It can help you in understanding past experiences with clarity, allowing you to integrate their lessons without being defined by them.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that really was like a really, you know, maybe some people may still be in it. I was on an international call yesterday and people in the UK. So like everyone was kind of describing a shift in energy around the world between, for us, it would have been last Thursday, Friday. And around that 10:10, like people were saying 10:10 was a portal or whatever. But we had that like super bright moon just before it. I think that's really interesting. And it's a collective experience that I think people I feel since COVID, when people were more isolated by themselves, they were becoming more aware of these kind of things. Like there was more talk about collecting feathers and looking for signs and so on and so forth. So now it's more common conversation between coworkers and clients and people that you run into the grocery store to talk about, like, well, it's been really, you know, it's almost like the weather forecast. Like it's really, really weird energy. And you can probably just walk up to anybody anywhere and say that, and they'll say, yeah, like it's been wild, but now we're on the other side. And I think having that sort of training and awareness, you know, it's not formal training, it's our own personal perspective and life training. Yeah, it'll help us when, you know, through these times, realizing that we've shed these skins before and we can look back and say that served its purpose. And that skin doesn't fit anymore. It's restrictive. So
I was feeling very reflective, I would say, over the last couple of weeks. And I mean, that's going to be geographically oriented for us. But I was thinking, you know, I was reflecting on this time last year and the storms.
yes.
And, you know,
Oh my gosh.
there was feelings of like sadness and mourning, but it also helped me like really cultivate a lot of gratitude for like, oh my gosh, like I remember how hard and how devastating this was this time last year. And I'm just so grateful that like, look, here I am on, you know, in this place that I thought might be wounded forever. And, you know, it's back and it's here and it's filling me up again. And how awesome is that?
That is, yes. And I've heard that a lot locally. I mean, but everybody had their own experience around the same time, I believe.
Yeah.
That we had ours.
Yeah.
Look at this tattoo. I'm not getting a tattoo, but look at this. Oh, I'm going to send it to your phone.
Blurry, yeah.
It's a tattoo of a snake shedding its skin, and the skin is turning into like a red spider lily. It's really cool.
Looks like an amazing face tat.
Lisa, what's that on your forehead?
Especially if you have any like pimples to cover out.
Look how much room I
Pimples,
have.
a red lily.
I have so much room on my face for that. You know, Kevin's probably listening, and no, don't go down that. Don't go down the path of a face tat. I just sent it to you though. Just, maybe it'll inspire you for a tattoo yourself. But it's things are starting to look a little bit different, and being a snake so close to the ground, we're not going to have like the full view or the full scope of what it is, So this 2026, it's not going to be a hard stop. So like we're shifting into the fire horse energy now as we near towards, I think, the Chinese New Year is in February, I think, this year. Sometimes it's in January. I don't know which, but it may be in January, the end of January. But so I think we might be starting to feel that like pull forward, and like a little bit like we're still vulnerable right now, just having shed skin, but feeling an urge to like break out and run.
I keep picturing, this is another football analogy, but I keep picturing like, the players like bursting through the banner and running out on
like that. Yes. I don't even watch football, but I like that. Yeah. I like that analogy. I like to watch that part of it. It
funny
is kind of
side quest while you're shuffling the chicken. That just brought up an old core memory for me. I was a cheerleader growing up, and I remember this was hilarious. Sorry, Molly, if you're out there listening by some off chance, but so this would have been in junior high, 7th or 8th grade. I was a cheerleader, and we would hold the banner for the football players, but our friend Molly, bless her heart.
Oh, Molly. Am I like Molly? No.
On the off chance that she ever stumbles across this, I don't want to say too much, but she had a clumsy side. We'll just say
yes.
And you'd be like, oh gosh, she was that friend for sure. But she made a choice to go stand in the middle of the banner.
Oh God,
maybe it ripped or something. I don't remember. But she made a choice to go stand like in the middle of the banner, and she got run over by the football team. She's okay. She's fine.
Molly got run over by the football team. Oh, poor Molly. If you're listening, Molly, we're really sorry. We're glad you're alive.
Yeah.
You never know. People like to check up.
She's fine. She popped right back up.
Yeah. Good for her. I mean, she probably had to save herself, and yeah. I can't imagine the crowd. So I did a quick check with the I Ching. What is the energy around the collective right now? There's the energy of great vigor.
Oh,
34.
Is this the one where we're going to giggle like 12-year-olds?
Always.
Or is that penetration?
When have we not? Vigor has some connotations to it.
It definitely does.
Yeah, and it's pretty stable energy, but the guidance moving forward to keep us on our path is the energy of patience. So got to keep ourselves tempered. It's very grounded energy. There are just a few slight change lines, so very nuanced. In the energy of great vigor, it says, congratulations. I like it when it starts with congratulations.
Yes! We won!
Before you charge through the banner, look out for Molly. Take a peek underneath that banner.
Bless your heart.
Oh, it says there is strength and vigor in this situation, like that of a ram that knocks down a fence to free himself from captivity. What the hell? Did we just say, like,
Yeah.
what?
I could go play the lottery today or something.
Every time.
You know, that's actually what I'm told by people who speak German.
Yeah.
That's actually like what my last name refers to. Fence
A
breaker.
ram.
Like
Fence
literally,
breaker. Yes.
it's fence breaker.
Oh
But
my gosh, I love it.
it means that like juggernaut, like charge
I love that.
through the banner, through the fence, take on the world.
Yeah. It says, let your strength be tempered by wisdom, as we were talking about that being represented in the snakeskin, right?
Mm.
This is too, I don't even know. Like, do people listening also feel the recognition or the
Well, look, the veil is spinning, okay? I'm no astrology professional, but though we're right in the thick of Libra season, we are approaching Scorpio season, which means that the veil is getting
Ooh,
thinner.
that's
And
right.
so our connection to, all that is behind the veil is getting stronger.
Okay, so it does, it's saying to temper with wisdom. So, okay, you're feeling very powerful. You're empowered to move forward. You feel like you can charge and break the fence, but don't let yourself be so arrogant to think that you need to be doing this alone, and it doesn't need to be reckless. You don't need to run over Molly, in fact.
Right.
Because that would be reckless. And it's to use your intuition. And also look to others around you to support you for the greatest and highest good. So, like, you're not at the summit by yourself. You're with everybody in the collective. So rely on those around you and recognize their wisdom and their shared experience to support you. A lot of the tarot that I was listening to and the horoscopes at the beginning of the year were talking a lot about collaboration. We've been talking about it for years, but it's kind of like the theme of 2025. Easier, faster, and better is done with trusted people that are experts and contribute to your strengths, and vice versa, and not detracting from one another. So in whatever capacity that means for people, we understand that very well. So don't let go of your intuition. When the strong find themselves in a loose and easy situation, a loss of alertness and weakening of influence can set in. So if it feels really easy, don't let down your, I don't want to say like perfectionism, but just like double check things. Like, it could be too easy. Learn to create challenges for yourself if it feels too easy. And this could be in the form of recreational activities. So I feel like this is keeping yourself sharp, strong. It might also be in terms of
right?
exercising.
Intentionally applying stress.
Yeah, because if it's easy, it says you're losing that external resistance. And like you say all the time, like, you got to work your muscles, your brain muscle, like you need that. And a healthy competition to avoid becoming complacent. So you're going to lose your steam if you're like, oh, this is easy, I'm just going to coast. Well, you're not going to move forward. Like, that's working against everything that we've been talking about here. So I really like that suggestion. And then just one other change line. The determination of strong force brings success. Like the axle of a large wagon, a powerful person's strength is often hidden. And this is as it should be. The lesser the show, the greater the power. By quietly bringing inner strength to the outer world, resistance dissolves and great achievements become possible.
Yeah, I like that last part. I've been kind of thinking about and doing that idea of moving in silence until you know,
Yeah. I've
until
been
you get to
rather
a certain point.
silent. Yeah, I've been pretty silent as well too. Like, also, I've been in the practice of being rather than telling people. Like,
Yeah.
rather than telling people I can do blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you need to, I feel in this energy, being is the best thing. So moving forward, it talks about the energy of patience, and this is probably both of our least favorite hexagrams to talk about, because patience is frustrating for people, especially when they have a great vigor. You don't want to become agitated. You don't want to be resentful for the pace. I think that's where like the exercise or the mental challenges, or maybe like reading or learning or something is needed.
The channeling of that energy and
Yeah.
productive.
Yeah. So if you have that, like allow it to, okay, it's easy, but also like that doesn't mean to put that easiness into whatever you're creating, because you want it to exceed and be greater than. You don't want it to be subpar or accepted, whatever creation there is. And this patience is not, you don't catch a fish by working harder and planning harder. It's using a lot more of your intuition.
Smarter, not harder.
Yeah, smarter, not harder. And it talks about you may need to provide nourishment. It is only through patience that you become the bridge between the fickle fish and the eventual feast. So moving forward is proceeding cautiously but resolutely with whatever you're doing, being consistent and persevering, and allowing things to come to you. To rush anything or to force results stimulates resistance and causes setbacks.
It really does.
Yeah, that's the hardest lesson. I was reading some quantum science thing. I think I might have shared it with you. I might have just screenshotted it, but there were some, and it looked like something from the 60s. Someone that was studying this. When you try hard for something, you're causing a resistance and it pulls away from you energetically, no matter what it is. Like if you want your spaghetti to arrive faster, like we always say, the spaghetti theory. But by like kind of acting like nonchalant about it, it's attracted to you. So that's a good reminder. Just to hold to your integrity for slow but persistent improvements. And it says in the end, you accomplish something great. So as long as you don't get irritated or too lackadaisical, where you're like, oh, this is easy, it's just gonna, I don't need to touch it. That's a fine line, right? Like you want to be nonchalant, but you don't want to be so complacent, right? That you're not doing the actions a little bit bolder or a little bit wiser. Good talk.
Yeah, I like it.
That was good. I'm not going to get a face tattoo.
Well, if you do, change your mind. I'm here for it.
Yeah, thanks. I do know that cover effects can cover up tattoos. I used to sell that when I was at HSN.
Is that a particular type of makeup?
Yeah, it's a type of makeup that can cover up, like it's cover up.
Movies and
yeah
and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, covers up scars, tattoos, and that type of thing. Good for people that have face tattoos and they need to go to a corporate office or Zoom. But yes, no face tattoo. But I do like that symbology of the snake.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
like I'm ready. I've got
a little bow and yeah.
Let's go. Watch out for Molly.
Watch out for Molly.
Don't knock her down.
Great vigor and patience at the same time.
Yes. Zombrecker vibes.
Soundbreaker.
So that's great. All right. Well, I hope this was as entertaining for you as it was for us, and perhaps even helpful. And if you want to talk about it, we'd love to hear about it. There's some new people that have joined us recently inside of the Conscious Collaboration Collective, the Close and Private Facebook group. Happy to welcome everybody in there, and love to hear your thoughts about what the energy is right now and if this resonated with you, and if you want to come have a chat with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come
All
on.
right. Well, I'll be talking to you in 5.
Talk to you in 5. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank y'all so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends so they can join our circle of collaboration on this journey. You can find us on Instagram at Conscious Collaboration Podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, and Audible, to name a few. Please join us next time for another deep dive into how you can live life in more alignment, mind, body, and business. Send us your questions and comments in our DMs or email us at consciouscollaborationpodcast@gmail.com. See you in 5 minutes.